What day is your birthday? How old are you? Man, I have no freaking clue about that since I probably have never met you in person. But I want you to think back to that specific time. What year was it? What actually took place in that moment of time? I'd say your soul became a living physical human being. But what is even more fascinating is the question, am I my body? Or do I have a body? There is in many people this strange peculiar sensation that they are not truly their body. Could there be some truth to this? I'd say yes, there's truth to it. It is divine truth, in fact. Just like when going to sleep at night, you dream a world into being. When you're born, it is like your soul fell asleep to its own cosmic nature and started dreaming this physical journey into being, and so it is for all of us. It's all a journey, folks, and it will come to an end soon enough. I know, sounds morbid perhaps, to put it like that, but honestly it's good you don't stick around physically forever and ever. So what do we want to grasp? Well, that we are not our bodies and should stop being so obsessed with the physical side of life alone. Most people get totally lost in this maze of physical phenomena. They never even get a glimpse of their own eternal soul nature. But I'm sure you've had such glimpses, such sensations or feelings. There's more to life than meets the eye, sort of deal. I want you to think about that very carefully. What would such a prospect mean to you? It means you're in essence free, a free spirit that has temporarily lost itself in a maze of physical chaos. All these limitations that seem to chain you down to this world are an illusion. The more you focus upon your own limits, the more limited you will feel. The more you focus on the fact you are not your body but an eternal soul, the more liberating it will become. Now that is the beauty of life, to rediscover who you really are, what you really are, and even though in some way none of it makes any logical sense, remember that the way this whole universe came into being, according to science, also doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We start reasoning there was a Big Bang. Well, that's fine, but what was before the Big Bang? Nothing, we would say. And then out of nothing something came into being. Try to make that sound logical, because it sure doesn't sound logical to me, and therefore to dismiss the idea of being an eternal soul that is simply experiencing a physical journey, well, it isn't far-fetched either while we're at it. I know it could solve many problems individuals face if they simply remember they are an eternal soul. And if they don't believe it at first, well, I would suggest you at least start acting as if you are an eternal soul and see how it rapidly expands your mind in a greater, more joyous direction over time. The sign that it will make you feel free and joyous is a signal from your own eternal soul that it recognizes this truth and wants you to be aware of it while you're currently occupying your body. What a marvelous adventure we're all on, even though sometimes it can be absolutely horrible and heartbreakingly painful, that much we can all agree on. But still, even though good times and bad times follow each other in a cosmic rhythm, we still have to remember we are eternal cosmic souls that occupy a physical body, and so we no longer identify with actually being our bodies, because that is where all the suffering comes in. The more strongly you believe you are your body, the worse off you'll be. God only knows how much worries you end up having. Be careful of this or that. Do this or that to keep yourself healthy. On and on it goes. Of course, I'm not saying that we should neglect our bodies. I'm just pointing out that if we only function from a physical body awareness, we will end up obsessing too much over that part of ourself that is the smallest. Your physical self is the smallest part to you, even though it is the one part we're mostly actively aware of while going through this journey. But the soul is even greater than the body. The soul is one with the universe and has no limits at all. It can expand on and on into infinity. So go back in your memory to the day you were born. Your eternal soul manifested itself in time-space reality and is now occupying a physical body. As the years went by, you got more and more invested in your physical life and therefore attached to your body and identity that you now occupy. But it's not the real eternal you. It is the role you temporarily play. The body is the house you currently are living in, and once the body is returned to the earth, your spirit is set free again to decide on the next adventure. So bear your cross, which is your body, and carry it to the heights of all that you could ever dream of achieving as a physical human being. This is a fancy way of saying, go for your soul-inspired dreams, for they are why you came down to this world. to express this dream that your soul wants you to fulfill. And as you do so, you will find greater and greater joy arise from the depths of your being, because you know you have done what you came to do before you were manifested into your current physical body. That, I would say, brings such great joy when you remember and or discover your true reason for existing in this day and age. It is such a wonderful thing to grasp. It will open doors for you that seemed closed for so long. When one door closes, another opens. The problem is we tend to face the wrong door, the wrong activities, and so even if we step through a newly opened door, still issues haunt our minds, because we have not fully grasped we are not our bodies, but an eternal soul that is on an adventure we call physical life. So go and have fun and try to remember this truth for yourself. Words cannot describe how liberating it will be, how great joy will overflow your entire soul. It is like the Bible said, go out to conquer. Now conquer yourself so you can see the truth of who and what you are, you bright, wonderful, cosmic, spiritual star. Now if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing to receive inspirational videos on a regular basis. And with that being said, dear viewer, never forget that we are the dreamers.